In this video I want to show you my favorite ways of hosting n8n. I like the normal plan from n8n because we can also start for free, so you can basically just click on it, follow the course along, do it for 2 weeks for free and then simply decide for yourself if you want to host it. But I also want to show you how you can do self-hosting, and you can absolutely do self-hosting completely for free, but the only downside is if you do self-hosting for free, your instance will spin down as soon as the server disconnects, and this can happen from time to time, so your workflows will not be saved. This is of course a gigantic downside. If you want to self-host it forever, you can also do it on things like render.com and so on. Here you need to pay, I think, like $7 a month, but don't worry, like you can start with all of this for free, and then you need to decide for yourself if you want to host these applications forever, you need to pay a little bit. But of course you can sell these applications and you can have them online for you forever, and you can access them with your phone over Telegram, over WhatsApp, over whatever. So I think it's absolutely worth to try this out, because like trying is completely for free. You can host them just like I told you in n8n for free for 2 weeks, and also in render.com forever for free, but in render they will spin down your workflows after the server restarts. So the first thing that I like to do is to simply Google n8n. You can press on this first link, and here you see that you can simply press get started for free. And if you press on these, you can simply log yourself in with your email address, with a password and so on, and then you can test this thing out completely for free without a credit card for 2 weeks. And after 2 weeks they will ask you if you want to pay, if you want to do an upgrade. And if you ask yourself what's the pricing after these 2 weeks, we can simply come to the pricing, and then you see the starter plan. That's the plan that I use right now. It costs $20 a month. You can have 2,500 workflow executions and 5 active workflows. You have 1 shared project, 5 concurrent executions, unlimited users, and the forum support. Then you have the Pro plan, it's $50 a month, then 1,000 workflow executions and 15 active workflows. And then you can also go on Enterprise, and of course with the Enterprise plan you can contact n8n yourself. And of course you have the option to pay either annually or monthly. If you come here onto the documentation and press on self-host n8n, you get all the options that you can use. And here you find a really good and detailed documentation. So self-hosting n8n, here you find everything. The Docker installation guide, everything about the environment variables. We will need them later, so let's just open this up. Then the user and authentication. Then if you want to scale, here's the stuff from scaling, securing n8n, and then of course the starter kits. And on the left side is of course community versus enterprise. You can see for yourself what you get and what you not get. I already told you this just as a brief overview. And you see for the installation you can of course use npm, so over Node.js, we already did these. Then you can use Docker, as I told you, but the important stuff is this right here, the server setup. You can use DigitalOcean, you can use Heroku, you can use Hetzner, you can use AWS or Amazon Web Services, you can use Azure, Google Cloud, or Docker Compose. So this is the stuff that is already included in n8n with a really great documentation. What I like to do the most, or at least I find it really practical that way, is to use Render. Because on render.com we can self-host either completely for free with spinning down our instances from time to time, or we can simply pay $7 a month, and I think like $7 is really fair for a self-hosted instance. So let's just go over render.com and do it. Before we do this, I need to make something clear once again. If you simply come onto this website and press get started for free, you can follow along with this course completely for free, because you get access 2 weeks completely for free. If you want to self-host it on other ways, you can also do it. Maybe you can self-host it on your own server for free. You can also self-host with render.com for free, but then your instance will spin down, or you can pay for render. And later, if you want to do it with n8n, you also need to pay. So remember, you can follow everything completely for free. If you come over to render.com, you can simply make yourself an account here. This will be relatively fast, so simply connect yourself with Google, you click get started for free, and then you come to your dashboard. Here you see that I have already a lot of instances. Most likely this thing will be completely empty for you, so you can simply create something. You can scroll up and press add new in the right corner, so press on these. And we want to have a web service. And here you need to connect your GitHub profile. If you do not have a GitHub profile, we need to make a GitHub profile right now. You simply Google GitHub, you press on the web page, and then you press either sign in or sign up. Of course, it depends if you have a profile or not. You can simply make yourself an account with an email address. I just press sign in because I already have an account. As soon as you are here in GitHub, you need to search for n8n. So you go here on search, and then you search for n8n, and normally the first instance should be the right one. Yes, it's this right here that has a lot of stars. Now you are in this GitHub project with your GitHub profile. This is important. What you want to do right now is to press fork, or you press on these right here, and then create new fork. You see, I already have a fork, but if you do not have one, you press on create a new fork. Here you just need to click OK. Like I said, I already have a fork, so I can simply press on my fork. Then it will look something like this. So basically everything that you have is n8n in your GitHub profile. This is important. And by the way, while we are here right now, I want to show you how we can make updates to this GitHub profile. You can simply press on synchronize fork and update branch. So you know it, n8n will make updates all the time. And you simply can press on synchronize fork and update branch, and then this thing will be completely up to date all day long. This is really fast, this is really easy. You can do this from time to time. As soon as you have this forked in your GitHub profile and as soon as you are up to date, you can come back to render. And here on render, you need to go to Git provider. Most likely you have not connected your GitHub profile, and that's why you would need to press here and connect your GitHub profile. As soon as you are connected, you will see some instances that you can connect. In my example, this is right now, of course, my n8n instance. And now we simply press connect. And then here you see the source code, and it was, of course, updated 2 minutes ago, so this is perfect. You can give it a name if you want. n8n3 is perfect for me. Then the project is optional, so I don't do it. The language is Node. The branch is master. You can leave it here or also use Frankfurt, like this doesn't really matter. The root directory is just optional, and because we used as the language node, we have of course automatically the build commands. The build commands are of course pnpm install and pnpm run start. So this is basically working right now, and then you see this right here, the instance type. You can either use a free plan or you can use the starter plan. Like I told you, if you use the free plan, if you press on it, you already see it. Upgrade to enable more features. Free instances spin down after periods of inactivity. They do not support SSH access, scaling, one-off jobs, or persistent disks. Select any paid instance type to enable these features. So basically, you can use this, you can self-host for free, but all of your workflows will get deleted over time. This can happen as soon as a server spins down, or this can also happen just randomly, like this is not the most secure stuff. Generally speaking, what you can do right now is to simply use the free plan, and you can also upgrade your plan later if you want. And just to follow these tutorials, you can also press here get started for free, so you already know it. So choose for yourself what you want to do. This is the easiest way, the fastest way, 2 weeks for free. This thing is forever for free, but will spin down. And if you want to sell these applications, just think about if you want to have this plan for 20 euros a month, or $20 a month roughly, or if you want to have this starter plan for $7 a month. Generally speaking, this is cheaper, but here you need to do a few more clicks. If you just want to follow for free here, you can simply press on these, then you scroll down, and everything that you have to do is to simply press deploy web service. Because this is so easy, I just want to show you how you would do it in the starter plan. Because in the starter plan you have a lot of things that you can include and that you also should include. You basically can scroll down, and here you have then also the advanced stuff with disks and so on, and right now I want to show you how we can do this. So if you want to pay for this now, just use this. And you also need to give the credit card, of course. Then we can scroll down and we want to go on to advanced, and on advanced we want to press add disk so that we can have a persistent disk. This is really important. The size can be just 1 GB. This is more than big enough. And here we need to give the mount path. And if you press on it, like for me it's nearly instant or automatically because I have already made a few of them, you see we can use something like this. So it's basically /opt/render/dot, but not flow-wise in this example. It's of course n8n. Then the size as 1 GB, like I told you. And then the rest down here is completely fine, but what's not fine is this right here. The variables. We need to have some variables. So environment variables, we need to type this in. We can simply press on these. And you see right here that we need to type in everything big. So let's just take big letters. What we want to type in is n8n _ editor _ URL. The fastest way to get this value would probably be if you would scroll down and press deploy web service. Then you get in your projects this thing's running, and you can copy simply this thing right here. You can come back and copy this value here in. This would be basically the fastest thing. Then we need to add a new environment variable. So please just make one for free first. And then you go on with this once again. After it, we need of course a n8n _ host. And that's basically once again the same URL, but this time without the HTTP. So basically something like this. Then we want to have the n8n port, of course with an underscore, and it's 443. Then add new n8n _ protocol, and that's of course HTTPS. And now the last one, I promise, add new n8n _ user _ folder. And that's basically the same value as we have here on the mount path on our disk. So we can copy these and throw it in here as value. And everything that you have to do right now is to simply scroll down and press deploy web service. But first of all, you need to remember, do you want to have it for free or do you want to have the starter package? If you insert your credit card, use starter, include these things down here, and then you press deploy web service, then you need to pay. I just want to press deploy web service. I have used the free one for this tutorial. It's just for the sake of this tutorial because I have already some paid ones. So here you see your free instance will spin down with inactivity and so on. But if you use it with the paid plan, this will look completely similar. And right now this thing will take a little bit until we can start it. And as soon as this is deployed, you can simply go onto this web page, onto this URL, and then you can launch your instance. And remember, every time that you want to do updates, just come to your GitHub profile and press here synchronize fork, and then you are basically ready to rock with your updates. So let's just wait until this thing is completely done. After a while you will find this right here, build successful, deploying and so on, and then you need to wait just for a little bit. And then as soon as everything is done, you will find your project also here, and you can press on your projects. And from here on, you can either upgrade your instance later, but if you just want to test, you simply press on this link right here, and then you are basically in n8n, and your instance will be completely empty. And then we can start building in a cloud version. And in the next video we will start to build in these cloud versions. I will use most likely one of my accounts where I use n8n directly from their servers because I like it that they do everything for me. And that's why I use also the plan from n8n. So I use basically the plan from n8n. I also do self-hosting on renders for some instances, and I use it locally. So I do all of it. See you of course in the next video as soon as we start to work in these cloud interfaces. So in this video you have learned a lot of options how you can host your n8n services. You want to host them first of all For accessing n8n from everywhere, you can access it from other computers, you can access it from your phone, you can also use the Telegram trigger nodes and do a lot more. The fastest and easiest way is to start with the free plan of n8n. Just press start and you can test this for free. This is perfect for the tutorials in this course. If you want to do self-hosting, what I like to do is to use render. If you just want to test, use the free plan, but your instances will spin down most likely every day. If you want to self-host it forever, you need to pay either the $7 to render, or you can pay roughly $20 to n8n, and n8n makes it a lot easier. You can also self-host it on your own servers with Docker. You can use AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, and so on. So basically you have unlimited options, so please choose your weapon wisely. Have fun with the self-hosting and use the n8n plan if you just want to follow with these tutorials.